Welcome, Talent Warriors, to another episode of the Talent War Podcast. This is another of our mini segments about hot topics, and today, stand by, we will be talking about the possibility of a 4-day work week. Welcome back, folks, to another one of our mini segments on hot topics, top trends. And today we're talking about the 4-day work week. And it really came to light recently. It had come out of California, which is not surprising, that their legislature in Sacramento was going to pass a law. And I don't have all the specifics on how they wrote the bill, but mandating a 4-day work week. First of all, normally coming out of a state legislature that's not used to running businesses and doesn't understand the impact, it's a little odd to have a legislature mandating that companies in such a diverse, huge state mandate a 4-day work week was a little surprising. And frankly, I didn't think it had any hopes of passing. And I think it's since been shot down. But what's important about that is the topic came about from employers that had started looking at the 4-day work week. The challenge here is that there are some businesses that are running 24/7, 365. Service businesses, logistics, well, I could go on, but there are all kinds of businesses, and especially public utilities, public services, our first responders. That's 24/7, 365. So how they had planned to get a 4-day work week into that area, I have no earthly idea. But it was going to start to, if they had passed it, it was going to impact a lot more businesses. And so I'm going to give you the Talent War podcast, my take on the 4-day work week. This episode is sponsored by Talent War Group, a management consulting and executive search firm. We help you attract, retain, and develop your top talent because we know that the most valuable asset within your organization is your talent. With services like leadership development, talent acquisition and HR consulting, executive search, executive coaching, and keynote speeches, we work with you to create talent solutions to your most pressing business problems. You can get started by finding us at talentwargroup.com and let us help you develop your next generation of leaders. Also, if you like what we're doing here at the podcast, please leave a review as it helps us support and continue this podcast. It helps us support people who are really dedicated to improving their business skills and excelling above all else. I just finished up another short segment about hybrid work is here to stay. And when we talked about hybrid, we talked about full-time in-office, full-time remote, work from home, or wherever you want to set up your laptop and work from, or a combination of the two. But if you really think about it, the nature of work is really, really changing. And more, we are really, really focusing on results, or we should be. So you really have these kind of two groups of thought. And I don't want to classify some of it as old school, but there's a lot of folks who are like, look, I want them in the office 5 days a week. I want to see them working. I want to watch. I want to talk to my employees. I want to reach out and be able to stop by their cube, stop by their office. I want to meet them for coffee. I want to see the work getting done. And we're going to do that the normal business hours, Monday through Friday, or it's a Tuesday through Saturday, or whatever it might be, but a 5-day work week. And then there's this other group. And I think it's really come, certainly with the change in technology and the instantaneousness of information, text. I mean, we communicate in so many different ways. I got to be honest with you. There's social media platforms I stay off of. It's just an overload for my brain. It'd be like putting me in a stealth fighter and looking at all of the instrumentation in front of me. It's just going to be overload. So I stay off those things because, I have my means that help me organize my day. But here at the Talent War Group, we focus on driving the teams by results. And when we think of hybrid, we think of what allows us to deliver results and provide our employees, our team members, maximum flexibility to deliver those results, but also have a great work-life balance. And so a 4-day work week is something that people really It's certainly one of the hybrid ways of working now that leaders should consider. Most people are thinking of, the 4-day work week instead of, 5 8-hour days. It's now 4 10-hour days. Some people are doing a 4-day work week every other week. Some companies are doing no meeting Fridays, no Zoom Fridays. There's all kinds of hybrid solutions out there, but they all should be focused on how do we get the best results? And the 4-day work week is something that you have to think about. If I can take a talented person on our team and they can deliver the results that I need in 4 days of work, I don't even look at the hours, and then handle a crisis maybe on the 5th day, why wouldn't I do it? As a leader, it's about accomplishing the mission. It's about winning. And there's no part of the winning equation, or as we say here, talent plus leadership equals victory. There's no part of that equation that factors in how many days they have to be in the office, how many hours they have to work, or where they have to be when they're doing their work. It's about mission success and the team winning, accomplishing and exceeding our goals. So for the leaders out there, and especially in the HR space, you need to be looking at it. And in the previous segment, we talked about, should people be working in the office, from home? Is there a combination? Is there a flex solution? You also need to take a hard look at, do they really need to be reachable 5 days a week? And if we're honest, many of the companies that I've been in, by 2:00, whatever your time zone on a Friday, people are cramming in stuff to get out the door early to beat traffic. So, Fridays have kind of turned into a little hard to get a full 8-9 hours of work in. So as a leader, manager, or member of the HR team, maybe it is time to start looking at what system, what cadence should we put in place to make sure that people are balancing their work and their life such that we're accomplishing our mission, we're winning, we're delivering to our clients, to our shareholders, to our customers, our internal and external customers, and we're still able to solve problems. Maybe that still does require 5 days a week. Maybe it requires 4. There's some companies and startups. I know when we started Talent War Group, Mike Carley and I, we're 24/7, 365. That's what it takes sometimes when you're starting your own firm. And we stood this place up, and we're working as much as we possibly could to get ahead of and get where we wanted to be from a results perspective. An organization's ability to develop leaders internally is the number one determinant between failure and success. Talent War Group's Leadership Development Service builds a unique, sustainable system designed to establish a set of leadership competencies and train leaders to adopt behaviors required to drive exceptional results, while simultaneously improving your organizational culture and health. In fact, for every dollar you invest in leadership development, the returns are 8 times that. You're not going to see a better ROI than in investing in leadership development. You can get started by finding us at talentwargroup.com and let us help you develop your next generation of leaders. I guess what I'm saying all in, when it comes to hybrid, the nature of work is changing. And if you're doing the things necessary to attract, retain, grow, mentor, coach your top talent, part of that equation is designing a system or creating the expectation of delivery around results. And there's no preconceived formula that says 5 days get you those results, 4 days, 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day. All of those things, they're all flexible. You have to be managing by results. And I know there's been a few times here at the Talent War Group where we've actually turned into 4-day work weeks. We've gotten where we needed to be. We're not being complacent, but we know how to work more efficiently. We know how to deliver. Our processes are much more streamlined, much more evolved. And people are available via text in case we have an urgent request or an urgent need from a client. Or we have, this overwhelming response from our social media that we need to jump on. The people are still available, but they have the ability to plan some extra time during the week to take care of their physical well-being, their mental well-being, their spiritual well-being, to spend time with their families, their kids, to spend time here for us in the great community of Austin, Texas. Maybe they're out early on a Friday morning kayaking, stand-up paddling down on Lake Austin or Lady Bird Lake. But those things allow them to recharge their batteries. So they've been very, very successful for us. We've experimented with it. We actually switched to an every other 4-day work week because we found that that's what's going to work best for us. All of those things are options at small, medium, and large companies. Sometimes being a leader, when you have obstacles and you have changing environmental conditions in front of you, one of the best traits of a leader is finding unique and innovative ways to solve problems. And as I said earlier on the previous podcast, every problem's a leadership problem. But try not to constrain yourself to what you knew 3 years ago, what you thought normal was. Focus on what your mission is in front of you, the resources that you have, the time that you have, and how you maintain the growth and the development of the team that you built. So hybrid work is here to stay, but you have to take a hard look at your workforce team by team by team. And I'm really not one for fairness. I'm one for looking at results. For the people who can deliver results, let them work remote if they want to work remote. If that's what's going to help them drive and exceed expectations, let them go do it. Those people that need a little bit more oversight, well, maybe they do need to be in an office. But maybe they don't need to be working 5 days a week. Maybe they need to be working 4. The point being is that there are all kinds of ways to lead and manage your workforce. But it's all about leadership and it's all about results. It's all about winning, accomplishing your mission, achieving great things for your company and for your people, and growing your talent. So take a new look at how you're leading and managing, and the maybe old school or customary constraints that you might be thinking about. Get your head outside of that box. Start thinking in a little bit more creative and innovative ways to allow as much freedom, growth, while maintaining that connection and delivering results. So while the 4-day work week may not pass in California, there are a lot of companies that are starting to adopt it. It's not every week is a 4-day work week. Maybe it's every other week. Maybe it's 1 week a month. So every month people can count on a 3-day weekend. Think about leading and leading for results and how you best take care of your people. Consider everything in front of you, things that you didn't think were possible. It's about leading through it and leading new solutions and delivering the best for your people, for your talent, for your clients, your customers, internal and external, and go for it. And once you institute a policy of a 4-day work week, maybe it's once a month, maybe it's, every other week. If it doesn't work or it's not yielding the results, all right, step back, take a look around, figure out what you need to course correct on, and then go do it. Don't box yourself in these days. Taking care of talent, doubling down on leadership, building a culture of continuous learning and growth and accomplishment and winning and development of your people is everything. And there's a million ways to do it. Don't confine yourself to 1 or 2. So with that, the 4-day work week, something to consider for the great leaders and HR people out there. I hope you're having a successful and productive week, and I hope you tune in to the next episode of the Talent War Podcast. And thank you for listening to the Talent War Podcast, where we discuss all things talent, focusing on the talent mindset, the core belief that the only true competitive advantage you can hope to achieve and maintain is your talent. Join us for the next episode of the Talent War Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. And if you like what you heard, subscribe and please leave a review. Connect with me on Talent War Group's LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram accounts and send your comments and inquiries to media@talentwargroup.com. The Talent War Podcast is brought to you by the Talent War Group, management, consulting, and executive search firm. We work with you, bringing services like talent acquisition, leadership development, executive search, executive coaching, seminars, speaking engagements, all to create talent solutions for your most pressing business problems. To get started, visit us at www.talentwargroup.com.